Hello and welcome to another episode of Both Sides Now, where we get the great stories behind the songs. And joining me today on the sofa, originally from Portadown but living in Belfast, is Ciara O'Neill. You're very welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's not your first time in Red Box. You've been here before?
Yeah, I've been here. I vaguely remember being here a long time ago recording something with Ursula Burns up in the studio, and it's such a lovely space in here.
It's nice, creative sort of atmosphere.
Yeah,
and the whole
really
thing.
cool. Yeah.
And you get loads of musicians coming and going, and then that adds to the whole fusion.
I love that. It's amazing.
Fantastic. So, tell us about your COVID hit, obviously, and it was a bit of a nightmare. How did you get through it? Did you get through it with music? You were telling me earlier you found maybe that the music helped you with regards to getting rid of stress and getting rid of any sort of anxieties and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Music for me has always been a huge part of my life. You know, it's definitely been a stress reliever in many different situations in my life over the years, and I'm so grateful to have music, to be honest, because it's just something that I'm so passionate about. And then, once COVID hit, before that I was planning on doing a third album, and I had kind of thought tentatively about writing songs and what I was going to do with it. And then COVID hit, and I work in the NHS, so my day-to-day life was obviously quite stressful.
Yeah, just a bit.
Just a bit. And when I got home in the evenings, for me, instead of, I guess, sitting and watching Netflix, which I did do, quite a bit, like everybody, I decided just to kind of pick up the guitar and just see what kind of things I could come up with. And it was lovely just to be able to kind of just, block out the day, just kind of, go into a different space.
Were you able to do that, or did you find that the mood and the atmosphere that you were working in all day, and just generally of the whole country, was finding its way into your music, or were you trying to block that out and do something completely different?
To be honest, I think probably when I listen back to the songs now that I wrote over that period, probably they were. Subconsciously there was kind of some I suppose darker themes that came into some of the songs. Sure. But I think in the whole, I kind of think that it was something I kind of wanted to be separate from that, and I suppose I think that kind of came through with a bit of escapism, the EP. Maybe? Yeah, I think so. Just a little bit of escapism, and the French theme that I had through all of the songs as well. I think that came from my last trip abroad, which was Paris at the end of 2019, and I think that was kind of just those fond memories just so
you were able to go back and reminisce about something that was nice and lovely and warm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fantastic. So we're going to take a look at a wee clip of you here in action. So tell us what this is then. This is one of your promo videos, is it?
So basically that is the from my second album, Arrow. This is the single Hurtin'. And years ago my dad gave me some really old family footage, just from the family growing up. I think it's kind of filmed from, I'd say, around the 50s onwards maybe, and there's various clips. So for this, the song's very dark, and I just kind of took clips from the video and just kind of amalgamated it with me singing, and just wanted to create something really eerie and a bit creepy.
Definitely does. It's definitely very atmospheric.
Yeah, I wanted something really atmospheric for this video, for this particular song. And I really love, actually, I love it. I think
it's lovely. It's great look.
Some of the vintage clips there, and the fact that it is from a family-owned video.
Yeah, of course. It's all dead personal.
Yeah,
fantastic. So now the format of this show by now. So we try to get in behind the songs and try to get people to tell the stories that maybe they don't always have time to tell at gigs, or when you're doing those standard interviews and you're being asked the questions, you don't always get a platform to tell the story behind the songs, because you know yourself, quite often what you're writing about and what people get out of it can be completely two different things.
Yeah.
And that to me is a great song, because a song, I think, has to be a great leveler of people, and somebody has to take a lot of what they need at that particular time out of your song. But that's not necessarily what you're writing about. So you're going to do a lovely song. I heard you on soundcheck. So what's it called?
So this is called La Lune.
La Lune. La Lune.
La Lune.
La Lune as in moon.
The moon.
Yeah, there you go. And tell us the story behind the song.
Yeah, so again, back in 2019, I was asked to play a gig with the wonderful Anthony Toner, Matt McGinn and Johnny McCulloch, just three incredible musicians.
Fantastic, yeah.
And it was, the theme of the night was moon-themed songs, and it was in Lisburn in the Island Arts Centre. And for the gig, we all had to sing Moon theme songs. It was called A Moonlit Night, the gig. And I did Moon River, Blue Moon, Fly Me to the Moon. And then I thought I would just try writing a song for the gig as well, just to see could I write to that theme. And La Lune came out, and I wrote it really late one night. And it literally took me about maybe 2 hours to write it. Just flew out really quickly. And so that was the song that came out, and I ended up singing it for that night. And then it was just a song that I really enjoyed playing, and I liked the meaning behind it and things like that. And then from there, I guess I just decided during the pandemic, when I wanted to start writing songs again, I thought I would pick up that theme and continue it then with Le Soleil and L'Etoile. So I did that with the whole EP.
But what's La Lune about?
Yeah, so La Lune is basically, it's like if you picture the moon as a little old lady looking down in the world, just giving them some life advice. Right. And I guess it's just it's quite lighthearted, but it's also got like some deeper meanings behind some of the lyrics, like don't close your eyes on a fight, like have no regrets, just things like that. Just like, I guess, just very like simplistic life advice that I think we all kind of have probably heard before, but we could all still just hear it again and again and again. Because,
and do you live by those rules yourself?
I mean, I try to, but it's like sometimes life just gets the better of you, doesn't it?
That one, don't go to bed on a fight. I tried to at the start on my marriage. I remember thinking, I'm not making up with you. It is quite hard sometimes to. And they're absolutely right. Those lovely sayings that you hear your granny and your mummy say, but a wee bit more difficult in practice sometimes, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, sure, you take it away there,
sure.
And let's hear you.
So this is La Lune. Don't close your eyes on a fight. Make your peace, then turn out the light. Don't fear the dark unknown. I'll help you find your way back home. La Lune, La Lune. La Lune, what to? Don't be scared, it'll turn out just fine. Even the worst days will rise with the tide. Don't you settle for anything less than what you deserve. Live no regrets. La Lune. La Lune, La Lune, vois-tu? La Lune, La Lune, La Lune, vois-tu? Don't look back, just start where you are, one step at a time, just you, me, the stars. Don't avoid change, there are so many roads. Even the seasons will turn green to gold. La Lune, La Lune, La Lune, vois-tu? La Lune, La Lune, La Lune, vois-tu? La Lune, La Lune, La Lune, vois-tu? La Lune, La Lune, La Lune, vois-tu?
I was transported back to some French cafe, sitting
Yeah.
drinking red wine in the afternoon, maybe smoking
Oh,
or
that's
something.
just the dream, isn't
That's
it?
exactly where that took me back. You can really hear it. And I don't know if it's because you're speaking French in it or, you know, but it definitely has that lovely atmospheric sound to it.
Yeah, thank
Fantastic.
you.
Well done. So this is part of your new E EP?
Yes, it is. So the EP is called L'Étoile, which is the star, and it incorporates La Lune, Le Soleil, the sun, L'Étoile, and then I did a little like haunting a cappella version of Fly Me to the Moon as well.
Fantastic.
So yeah, so it's
So
out
all
now.
things celestial.
All things celestial,
Oh,
yeah.
lovely and mystic and
Space
spiritual.
themed.
Oh, that's I can look forward to that.
Yeah.
So when will it be out?
So it's out now on Spotify, Apple Music, all of the above, and it's going to be launched as part of the Cathedral Quarter Arts Festival.
Oh, great.
And that's the 30th of April in the Sunflower.
Well done. And what's your web address then? We'll get it up
So
on screen.
yeah, CiaraO'NeillMusic.com and just Ciara O'Neill Music on Instagram, Facebook.
And
all
that's
of the
where all the
above.
great and the good's going to find
Oh
you.
yeah.
Ciara, thank you so much. That was an absolute joy.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Maybe you'll come back in some other time.
Absolutely, I will.
Fantastic. Thank you. And all the
Thank
best for the
you.
EP.
Thank you very much.
So that's it, folks, for Both Sides Now on this episode. Join us again when we'll have another fantastic woman telling her stories.
Hello, my little friend.